Okay, what's up, YouTube? I'm gonna cut this car off. I know it's been a while since I was last on YouTube. As a matter of fact, the last time I made a video, I was doing it on, it was Tiger Woods. And he had just won Augusta, which was a really, really big deal, because a lot of folks, including myself, I didn't think he was ever going to bounce back and win another major, but he proved us all wrong, and I'm glad he did. But anyway, yeah, so I'm back on here, and just wanted to talk about what's going on in the sports world as of recently. And I know I was supposed to do another video the same week, actually, that that Tiger Woods won Augusta, and I said I was going to explain to you guys why I was in the hospital recently, which slowed me down on my videos. And of course I didn't get around to doing that, so I'm gonna try to get that done next week. I tell you, I've been really busy here lately because I've actually picked up a side gig with DoorDash, and man, I am busy. It keeps me busy. But anyway, let me make a quick video about what went down last night, which is the NBA draft lottery. Okay, pull these glasses off because I think they're reflecting. Anyway, yeah, the NBA draft lottery went down last night, and it's got a lot of people buzzing and talking. Got a couple of franchise fan bases that are up in arms. Those entitled franchises, I call them, or as I see them, upset that they did not come away with the #1 pick. And actually, it's actually three franchises that's kind of up in arms. And my group, which is the Atlanta Hawks, even though, I mean, it was a small percentage chance that we would end up with the #1 pick, but a lot of people were hoping that it could happen. We thought that even if there's a small chance, maybe it could be us this year, and it wasn't. And they were thinking that if we could get to Zion and pair him up with Trae Young, then we may have something in the next couple of years. But anyway, it didn't go down like that for us. So anyway, so let's talk about the two big name franchises who thought that they had a great chance, even though their percentages were like in the teens. And of course, those two franchises that I'm talking about is the Lakers and the Knicks. And I don't know what it is about the Knicks. They just think that they just thought, even though they're, like I said, their percentages were very, very low as far as getting that #1 spot. They felt like they were gypped some kind of way. They're really upset about it. But whatever, I'm happy. I figured we weren't going to get it. But I'm even happier that the Lakers and the Knicks did not come away with it, because these two franchises, and see what it is, a lot of people, and I'm going to tell you, the NBA, the league themselves, I think there is a very hush-hush agenda or conspiracy, which a lot of people have spoken about before, when it comes to the big name franchises and trying to keep them relevant. Because when you think about it, when it comes to the league's success, that comes from people like you and me paying attention, to the playoffs and, the title games and things like that. Okay. And it seems that more eyes are watching when it's big name franchises. You know what I'm saying? Whenever the Lakers or the Celtics or the Knicks or the Bulls are in the hunt, people are paying attention. Even people who don't live in those cities are paying attention, trying to see, if they're gonna, make it into the finals or have a chance to play for a title, and I get that. But what I don't like is the fact that the league is trying to push for these franchises, which I call cheating, push for these franchises to end up in the finals. I think it's unfair to the little guy, the little smaller markets like New Orleans, and I'm gonna talk about them in a second. New Orleans, who ended up with the #1 pick, which is good for them because it looks like they're losing their franchise player in Anthony Davis, which is one of my favorite players in the league. I think it's a shame that he's not staying there, because I pull for those smaller franchises, to have a chance to succeed, and play against, the bigger guys, and, have a chance to take down the giants of the league. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad the Pelicans got that first pick. And to be honest, I'm hoping that Anthony Davis will for some reason decide to stay, because if they pair him up with Zion, man, that's going to be real nice. I think that's going to be the building blocks, the foundation of what they need over there in New Orleans, to become a real strong franchise, and possibly attract, free agents, and other people that come and want to play there, But the league, they don't want that. They want the story franchises to, to be right there, to stay relevant, and I understand it from this standpoint. When you have more eyes, what am I trying to say? The viewership. When the viewership is up, it creates more money for the league. And how that works is you have more advertisers paying more money, for commercials and advertising, things like that. And when that money goes up, more money comes into the league, and that gives them more money to work with during the collective bargaining season, when that time rolls around again. And eventually that money trickles down to the owners of the teams as well as the players, so I get that. But you know what? I would like parity. I want to see other franchises come up, and become strong, just like the Celtics and the Lakers and the Knicks. I want to see other franchises rise to their level at some point. Let's not keep the little markets down and give it all to the guys who have been around forever, So I'm happy. I'm happy that the Pelicans got the #1 pick, Now, here's the other thing. A lot of people are saying Zion wants to be in a bigger market, okay? And if that's the case, what's that in the background? Okay. If that's the case, then will he try to pull a Eli Manning or who else did something like that? I think it was John Elway, not wanting to be with the team that picked him and demanded some type of trade, Is it possible that Zion may go that route? It is. I don't like it. I wouldn't care for it, but there's a chance that he might do that. Maybe he really wants to be in that big market, so all eyes will be on him. But here's my thing: if you're the best player in the league, or the most coveted player in the league, I think people are gonna watch no matter where you go. I think there's a myth surrounding big markets versus little markets, where they talk about, in order for a franchise player to blossom and bloom, that he can't be in a place like New Orleans. He has to be in a place like LA. Well, I don't agree with that. I think if you can play and people are buying your jersey, then I think the shoe companies are going to come to where you are. Okay, the clothing companies are going to come after you. You know, the TV producers, the movie makers, they're going to come after you. If you are the face, it doesn't matter where you play. If you're the one that's generating the most buzz, you know, in your league, in the NBA, then these people are going to come after you because they understand that you represent, you know, the face of the league, and therefore you are a big time money draw. You know, you create dollars for the entire league because your jersey's selling. And if your jersey's selling, then they're going to create a shoe for you, okay? Because they know you're going to do the same thing for the shoe company that you're doing for the jersey, okay? And the TV executives, you know, they're going to feel the same way. The movie makers, you know, they're going to feel the same way. You know, anybody who wants to make money, you know, off a big time player, they're gonna come to you no matter where you play. You know, you can play in Idaho somewhere. If you're the face of that league, they're gonna come after you. So I just think it's a big time misnomer about, you know, not being able to blossom as a superstar in a small market. So that's my take on it, you know. But Zion dominated the collegiate level, and I'm kind of anxious to see what he's going to do at the NBA level. I think he's going to be a good player, but will he be that dominant player that everybody thinks he's going to be? We're going to see, because, you know, in college he wasn't playing against this level of competition, you know, so the NBA is different. You know, you got a bunch of superstars. You know, you didn't have that many in college. In fact, I'll say that you probably only had 2 or 3 guys that you could call superstars, and he played with one in R.J. Barrett. So, you know, I would love to see what he's going to do at the next level, you know. But, yeah, I just kind of want to jump on here real quick and throw that out there. And, you know, tell me what you think. You know, comment below. Let me know how you feel about the whole lottery draft thing. You know, do you feel like it's a conspiracy, you know, to get the storied franchises the top picks so that they can remain on top? You know, because a lot of people feel that way, and I've heard that for years. And I kind of this year kind of feels like they took a step back, you know. Because I thought, I mean, if it was really rigged, well, this year if it was rigged, I would say that the Knicks or the Lakers, one of the two, would have ended up with that pick. But even though they didn't, I still feel like, you know, overall, you know, that they're planning, that, you know, in the back of their minds, they're trying to keep those franchises on top and in front of everybody's eyes, you know, so that they can keep the viewership up. You know, I do feel that way. But just comment below and let me know how you feel about the whole situation, and let me know if you think that Anthony Davis is gonna stay, or if he's still gonna leave, even though they're probably gonna end up with Zion Williamson. You know, because pairing those two up together, you know, they can do some damage. But do you think it's enough to keep Anthony Davis there in New Orleans? So just comment below and let me know what you think. All right? Till next time. Peace.